Oh, hi. Today we're gonna work on one of those projects. Capital T, capital P. A UFO, if you will, an unfinished object. Ooh, I just realized I have two different kinds of coffee, which is helpful. Oh, and I don't know if you can tell. It's mostly probably noticeable here, but I just went through my whole desk and kind of reorganized. But yeah, I also found this picture of my sweet baby from when I was growing up. Fuck, I loved this cat, even though she was such an asshole. I tend to like the difficult animals the most because, I mean, you all mostly see Bert sleeping, but dachshunds are not always the easiest breed to take care of. And yeah, her name was Smudge. She was great, but did hate most people. Okay, enough procrastinating. This project has been put on the back burner for way too long. I don't know how many of you have been watching for multiple years. I should look up the actual date that I uploaded this video. I think there's actually two videos of me starting this project. There's the striped shirt video and the A-line skirt video. But those videos, however many years ago I posted those, were for this cosplay. And like, it's time. It's time to work on it. I know this isn't gonna get done today. It may not even get done this week. And that's okay. That's why I've been putting it off, is because it wasn't just going to be like a one and done type thing. It's time. I'm giving myself a deadline where I am filming this on Monday the 5th, I think. But we're pretty early into the new year. I've already filmed a video of me making a wood sling that'll be up Friday. So this is giving me another week to finish this one. And I'm hoping by like that middle to late January week upload, the third Friday of the month, I have this project done. That's the timeline. So about 2 weeks. I do already have a store-bought hat. That's gonna be perfect for this. Oh, you're probably wondering what the cosplay is. I know I have a reference picture somewhere, maybe in this bag. I did thrift this weird fucking thing specifically to hold on to this project because there were a lot of like little things. There's like buttons and everything. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So this is a black and white photo, and I thankfully put a shitload of notes on here, so this is good. Super helpful. So this is I'll put up the color version somewhere in the center here, and yeah, so this is by Sara Richard, based off of The Goon, which is an Eric Powell comic. She has a cool project where she does like high fashion versions of nerdy shit. When I saw there was a crossover, I was like, I have to make this. Also, it just seems like a fun challenge, like a heightened version of the type of clothes I would already wear. I think this is going to be an all over the place project, so I'm not sure how to like walk you all through this, but I think I'll just kind of check in. Ooh, maybe I make myself a checklist of tasks I need to complete, and then I like check in with you guys as we're working through this. So this is the skirt without the waistband. I unpicked the waistband. Yes, this was done as a muslin, but because there's so many like thin frilly fabrics, I kind of needed a base skirt to attach them all to. So I'm just gonna sew everything onto this muslin situation. And I already started these like side fluffs, which is like the puffy stuff sticking out here. And I'm gonna put little pieces of strapping like across the flat parts. Basically, I have a vision and I'm hoping I can get it across to you. Maybe these are all pieces for the straps. What did I do? Okay, and this is the main skirt fabric. So I'm gonna need to make a waistband out of this, right? Oh, good. So I already have a zipper. Oh, I was wondering where this went. I just went through this little guy while I was organizing. That's handy. It has like really shitty pins in here, but they were in a portable jar, so I think that's why I took them. Wow, I have a lot of stuff in here. This is my favorite measuring tape, and I had no idea where it went, so that's handy that I didn't lose it. Oh, I had to buy a new bottle of Freight Check because I didn't know where my other one went. All right. Oh, this is my favorite type of pincushion. If I'm like up and on the ironing board and stuff and working while I'm on my feet, it's very helpful. I'm not in love with the color scheme. I'm not like an earth tone person, so I do want to make my own eventually, but it also looks like a watch. Okay, I have thread I bought specifically for this. I have had the matching bobbin in my machine the whole time because I think the last time I worked on this was at like a crafting work day that one of my friends was hosting. Hi Sam, if you're seeing this. I miss doing work days. Thought I cut more of this fabric up, but maybe not. And then yeah, here are some of the buttons I chose and some big guys. These must be for the suspenders. Oh shit. And there's empty plastic bag. Oh, I did cut it. Oh, beautiful. Okay, this is a wild tactic I'm taking to assemble the skirt. Good grief. This is ringing a bell. More tiny pieces. Oh, yes. Am I still happy with how this came out? Oh, this is such tough fabric to work with. It's like gauze. It's already tearing and I've only worn it for that one project video. I didn't even really match up the stripes on the sleeves, which is annoying. Kind of fun having a project in the works for so long is there are marked improvements in my workmanship. Oh, this must be for the suspenders. And I was gonna make gloves out of this, but there is no stretch. Okay, so that's where I'm starting at. That's as far as I've gotten so far for how many years I've had this in the works. It's fine. This is why we're tackling it now. My confidence is definitely up. Like, this doesn't seem undoable. It definitely seems like a lot to do, but not as daunting. I'm not scared to do this. I just knew it was going to be time consuming. But we're here and we're going to get it done. Okay, so I can get the shirt on. I do remember it being very tight when I made it. Being like, what am I doing? I don't know if I should just get new fabric. I don't know. This is the perfect color, the perfect size stripe, but I did a bad job making it. Not like the worst, but it's like giving me pancake boobs. And there's not enough seam allowance at the edge to do anything about it. And I feel like if I flex too much forward, it's gonna not go well for me. And also, like, look at that shit. Definitely hem last. Don't do this, especially if your stripes don't line up. Yeah, this shoulder seam's coming apart. And I do remember only buying enough to make the top. I don't think I had any left over. I looked at a couple different fabric shops online and there really wasn't anything. I mean, the fact that I found that in those colors in that size striping was astronomical. This is an effort to use up stuff I have in the shop. It needs to get used for something and it's already a shirt that, like, I can get on my body. Making stuff is, you get better as you go, which is good, but then you look back at your older projects and you're like, fuck, what was I thinking? I should have just bought more fabric to start with, but of course I didn't because I'm a cheap prick and always have been. But that's okay. We're gonna persevere. This isn't for a custom order, so I can't buy myself new fabric. Them's the rules I set up, and I'm kind of glad I couldn't find something else because it's gonna force me to work with what I have, and that's the challenge in all of this, isn't it? So yeah. It's gonna be fine. I also realized I have these like elbow length gloves that I think I'm just gonna take down, or I guess I can copy onto like a cotton or something. That shiny black fabric I have is not gonna work for that, but it will work for the suspender sleeve cap things. You probably can't read any of this because I have tiny messy handwriting, but I have my checklist together. Let us begin. I think I'm gonna start with something small and easy. I should put the little straps that are gonna go over these flatter parts kind of in between the puffs. I should make those first. If you're still watching, I know I'm all over the place, which is one of many reasons I've been putting this project off. So I gotta work through the scatterbrainedness and then we'll get our momentum going, because I feel like I haven't actually done anything yet other than undo even more work that I did before this. Okay, I don't know what day it was when I was filming last, but it is Thursday and this is what we're working with. Man, I'm so mad at previous me for doing some like crazy shit, but I genuinely just didn't know better, and at least my brain, I have to like do something myself with my hands. I'm a very hands-on learner, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I've learned a lot since I worked on this last time, and it shows. I'm trying not to be frustrated with myself, but it was a long time ago when I started this. I both am glad I was further along than I thought, because it was kind of encouraging getting into this, having some of this stuff sorted out. But I also wish I hadn't touched any of it, because I would have done a better job making it now. But that's a mark in progress, which is kind of nice. Like, I didn't know I was going to be this far along at this point. And yeah, the goal is to just forever improve. And I think that's just the case with every project, especially with cosplays. There's like a million iterations you end up doing. Not that I have a huge history in cosplaying, so I feel weird throwing my voice into that ring, but you know, it's something I've dabbled in. I wouldn't be able to do a better job if I hadn't done a worse job last time. So yeah, the skirt is actually almost done. So these are the little straps I was talking about. I do need to hand sew buttons, but I'm gonna do all the hand sewing at the end. So I'm gonna do some top stitching to let this lay a little flatter. It's also just a bonkers way to assemble this. Like, I made this so much harder on myself, where I would have just made this dark green the whole solid base and then put this stuff over it. Like, I would have pleated the whole thing underneath and cut out doing this whole separate section and like just laid all of this on top of this. But yeah, you don't know those things until you try other stuff that doesn't work. I also need to add the little panels here, and then I can attach the waistband, and yeah, then sew up the back and attach the zipper, and then I just gotta hem it other than the buttons. Like I said, it was just a matter of breaking it down into the separate tasks, and then it wasn't that daunting. So it's about noon. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day working on this. I wanna get the skirt 100% done, and then I think I'm gonna start on that little bolero, like the sleeve thing, the satin black sleeve thing. And I think that's also going to go together kind of fast. So yeah, one thing at a time though. We're going to get the skirt done. Are you ready? Because I mean, it looks like shit on my dress form because I had to shrink everything down. My skirt's done. Obviously, I still need to add the buttons, and like the suspenders need to get attached to the front, but like the assembly, it's done. It's hemmed. I have the zipper in the back. Even though I hate how these corners look and there's nothing I can do about it, it's doing the thing I wanted it to, where like this is flat and this is poofing out a bunch. I'm happy with how it's turning out. I got very giddy when I like zipped it up and finished the hem and like took a proper look at it. It's starting to look like a costume and I'm really happy. Still, maybe 10% of me wants to just throw everything out and start over with like all new material, but that's just not, that's not the deal. Maybe down the road. This is also just, it's good practice. I'm repeating myself, but I need to keep telling myself this or else I'm going to get very frustrated with it. Okay, now I'm just avoiding doing the next thing. It's gonna be little puffy sleeves. I'm just gonna do elastic at the bottom. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna have it like go across the back. So I gotta figure out what pattern I want to copy for this. I just need the top of a sleeve and then maybe like a shirt back pattern and just do basically where a yoke would be. It looks insane, but it's basically 2 short sleeves with a band at the bottom and a trimmed down yoke at the back of the sleeves. So it's gonna come around this way, and somewhere along here I'll be adding some straps that'll turn into these suspenders. I think I also want to put thin elastic running along here, maybe like an elastic cording or something, because I want the top to scrunch in a bit because it's not gonna sit right otherwise. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with my solution here by having like a yoke across the back. Look at them, you guys! Look at my sleeves. It came out so good, considering like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's perfect. I can't believe the elastic did the thing I wanted it to do. I'm so excited I'm doing this project. Do you ever like second guess the things you choose to spend your time doing? Am I actually heading anywhere with this? But I like feel the progress I have made over the past however long I've been doing this. I'm getting like choked up because I spend so much time thinking about and working on sewing projects that like I'm better at sewing than I used to be, which seems obvious, but like I can make stuff like this happen now. And I know the goal is to only get better, but like I just need to be nicer to myself and like give myself credit sometimes where like I fucking threw this together. Yeah, I used pattern pieces from like a button-up shirt, but like obviously this is not like the button-up shirt pattern. If you're wondering what this looks like, it's a little baggy. I might take it in at the top. But even knowing where things need alterations, yeah, this is good. This is very good for my brain and my self-confidence. Thanks for sticking around for this kind of stuff. It means a lot. Okay. I'm gonna make little dumb suspenders now. Oh my gosh. Also, fucking A, the skirt fits perfect. I shouldn't be surprised by these things. Good morning. Man, it looks like I have a comb over happening. I made the suspendery bits. It took a lot of troubleshooting to get those to look like that because I had initially done one layer, but then it had the raw ends and I didn't like them just folded over, so I made it into a loop, but then that cut the length in half and I hated how these looked, so these will be stuffing for another Bert toy. That's just where scraps go to die, and at least they're getting recycled in some capacity. So yeah, I just left these pinned because I was trying to figure out where I actually wanted to position them. And I don't mind them hanging off like this, but I may overlap them or move them like right next to each other, because on the photo reference, they're pretty much right up against each other. And I'm debating if I like hand sew it, or maybe I just stitch like the back layer of the loop here onto the black. And then, yeah, that'll get a detail button up top and then down at the bottom here. And they get attached down here. Bert is making horrible licking noises. So, I mean, you're being very cute and adorable and quiet, mostly. He just loves sleeping in that bed, and it makes it really easy to get a good chunk of work done. You know, obviously he wants to get up and play sometimes, but once he's settled, he's kind of conked out for the day. So the fact he's like tucked into his bed, he'll eventually fall asleep. Anyways, something I noticed for the first time on this, ooh, maybe I use elastic cording. Okay, let me explain what I realized. So you know what the fuck I'm talking about before I like go on a brainstorming tangent. So I was thinking of how to attach these to this fabric, and initially I was gonna like sew the button through the bottom of this tab. Let me use a smaller pointing device so my big ham-fisted finger isn't in the way. But like where this is, I was gonna sew the button right to the green fabric, but it kind of looks like there's a little loop that's at the bottom of these. And I guess that's more like how suspenders work. And like the buttons, I think I'm going to attach right to the fabric, like have it pulled up and have the button attached like further up. So probably take a little bunch here and lift it like up to the waistband. And then these suspenders will hang. So like button here, and then the suspenders, I think I want to attach like elastic cording so that they'll loop over it. And then that'll be the pulling action. I think I might keep this all pinned for right now, because I do want this to hang pretty tightly. So if I need to like shorten this black strap, I can do that pretty easily. It's just serged at the end and folded up. So yeah, that was a new thought. I mean, I've stared at this photo for so many years now. I mean, off and on. The fact that I found like a whole nother new component is shocking. I have to, like, I'm very surprised. Oh my god, you guys. I got all the shit done with these little strappies, little elastic loops attached to the bottom. So these can hook onto the buttons I stitched on here. So those are perfect. Also, oh, this isn't gonna work out. I have these sewn together. Well, the separate pieces are done being stitched, but I need to actually attach them to each other. So if we look at our reference picture, obviously it's like part of the shirt. This shirt is a nightmare. But yeah, so these are my two pieces. Since this fabric is so thin and flimsy, as seems to be the case with everything in this fucking project, I just did a whole layer of this darker green, attach this on top, and then I sewed it right sides together to this like canvas bit just to give it some rigidity. And then yeah, I did some top stitching to close it all up. I'm gonna be hand sewing the buttons onto this at some point along this bit. I'm gonna hand tack these middle points together. So this bit right here I'm gonna hand tack, and then right up here I'm just gonna do a little bit of hand stitching right at the top so that this is still free to just hang wherever it's gonna fall, and then I'll still be able to move around and it's not gonna fuck with the elastic on the shirt puff, which is also not gonna like scrunch this up if there's elastic pulling on it. I think I'm pretty happy with how that's going to turn out. Okay, y'all, I am done constructing things. I still need to sort out the gloves, but I'm pretty sure, actually, okay, I'm gonna go grab them before I talk more shit, basically. I want to see if I can take these fancy lady gloves and just cuff them in a way that looks more like the reference, which actually, yeah, I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. Oh, I just got goosebumps. I think the garment construction part of this is done. Let me look at my checklist and see. I can't believe it. Okay. So yeah, let me actually like look through everything and make sure. This just needs buttons and a good pressing, and then that's 100% done. I did do the collar hem on this. This shirt looks so fucking stupid, but it's gonna be covered with stuff, so like, it's fine. I like the way I did this jazzy little number, which also only needs buttons, and this is done. This will kind of show you, I love it. This will kind of show you how this is tacked on. Dope. That's awesome. I've had this going for so long. I like don't even know what to do. Also, like obviously she has a lot of hair in this picture. I'm not gonna bother with a wig or anything because any of the wigs I have are not a good color for it. I'm not gonna buy a new wig just for this. That's not gonna be, you know, screen accurate, but I mean, none of this is. Yeah, I have 30 buttons to sew on. So and I think they're all shanks, so I can't do it with a machine. So yeah, that's gonna take a little while. And then once the buttons are on, it's just pressing. It's just pressing the pleats into the skirt. Okay, so I'm gonna go hang out with my sister, and I'm really excited to go spend time with her. Sorry, I'm like trying to clean my desk as I'm talking, and it's probably making horrible noises. I'm gonna just like revel in this for a little while, which I don't do often. It's like, fuck, this one's done, edit the video, get it out, take the pictures, post them, on to the next thing. Don't even take time to think about it, but not this time. We're gonna appreciate our successes. Right, little Bert? He's fast asleep, and he's gonna be very sad that I'm gonna take him outside into the cold right now. Okay, I'll check in probably once this is all done, and we'll do some like final looks. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped. It's done. We did it. I'm just all goosebumps right now. So I was rushing to get some photos done. Burned a hole with the iron, like right front and center. It started to iron fine, and then it melted, and it sucks because like it could be in a worse spot, but also because it's like all pleated. I took some photos and I just like pushed it to the side. I think if I ever take this to get like professional photos done, there's someone that really wants to take pictures of some of my costumes, but I haven't had any done to take pictures with. I'll probably just like hand tack that down and pleat this a little better. It's fine. So I took a couple photos. I will show them here. For what I wanted to get out of these, just to have a side-by-side, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. And yeah, like I can't tell where the burn mark is. So I'm really annoyed with this shirt, as I knew I was gonna be. I somehow don't have this open enough. I don't know. It's gonna take some finagling. Here's the thing, right, is like there's the costume making portion of things, and then there's the like wearing it, which is the part of cosplay. I feel weird calling myself a cosplayer because like, I don't know. That's the other half of it, is like embodying the character and wearing the outfit well, where that's not the part I'm as comfortable with. Maybe that's something I need to just work on this year, because I make the costumes to fit me, so I should be wearing them. Let me do some like detail shots so you can see the sides and everything. So this is it with the buttons. I got some pleats in. It just doesn't want to stay, but you can see the lines, so like that's fine. My little like hip spot over here, and this is what I mean, it like tucks in and then foofs out a little bit. Here's the other ones. I got these little button details on the suspenders. I'm actually really happy with how the suspenders came out, like where they're hitting and how they're pulling this down. I thought I had fitted this well enough, but you know, it's fine. Maybe I should just tack this to the shirt and have these on underneath, because it's just little bits of hand stitching, and I mean this is fully stretched out, so like maybe that's the move. Maybe that's what I need to do with it. I looked at the date that I posted the A-line skirt video. I had done the shirt before that. I assume sometime close to then, because I was very gung-ho about this project, and then like just got so overwhelmed and scared because I felt like I was fucking it up. I like knew I wasn't ready to do it and didn't have the confidence to do it. First thing I sewed for this was in 2014. It was fall 2014. Isn't that bonkers? Fucking A, I've been sitting on this for so long. So actually, my room is in complete disrepair. Is that the right word? So I kind of have to reorganize this, and then if I have time, I will edit. But if not, I can edit during the week. Today's Saturday. This won't be going up till Friday, so I have time. And I'm going to try to make a point to like, no, I am, do or do not, there is no try. I'm gonna give myself tomorrow off, because I never take days off. That's one of the things that has to change. So I finished my like dream cosplay that I haven't touched in a very long time. Has this been my white whale? I haven't read Moby Dick, so I don't actually know if that's the proper reference, but I've been chasing this costume for a long time, and it just feels nice to clear out the space from it, because that bag is empty now. I get to just put the leftover buttons in my button bin, put the leftover fabric in my fabric bins. It's finished. And that's I'm gonna celebrate that instead of just rushing on to the next thing, which is also wet. Like, yeah, maybe I won't edit this afternoon. I did the damn thing. No, it's not perfect. Okay, I know this has been probably not the most helpful video and just very cheesy during a lot of moments, so I guess I'm not gonna apologize for it, because that's just me being genuine. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there and go relax for once. Go snuggle the pup, maybe play some Sega games, see where my nerdy little heart takes me for the afternoon. And yeah, I'll see you all back here with another video next Friday. Thank you so much for hanging out. This one was so huge. That was a long time ago. Man, my garment construction has gotten a lot better. Ooh.